actually looking at that camera? Are we actually looking at that camera?
I normally don't. I mean, I still just kind of look at you and do whatever.
Welcome inside Platt Arena. I'm Ryan Lockhart, joined here by Noah Tobias. We have a good one on our hands tonight, folks. Number 22, Huntington University, comes into this ball game 13-3 on the season, 2-2 in conference. Mount Vernon Nazarene gonna be the opponent tonight. They're receiving votes. They're also 13-3. The only difference in this one, they're 3-1 in conference. But Noah, I think we're gonna have a good one on our hands tonight. We had a great one last night between the boys. I think the girls are gonna match it here tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ryan. Really, Huntington, they're needing to bounce back from their last game. They ended up losing to St. Francis, fairly big there. But really, just turnovers got to them, honestly, in that game. And it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back here tonight.
And Noah, you talk about that last game, taking a quick look at it here. Huntington lost that one 68-53. Sam Hamill led all scores for Huntington, 15 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal. Sarah Fryman, an off night for her, Noah, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 5 of 14 from the field. But you and I kind of talked about it a little bit before. I watched the game a little bit, and to me it seemed like St. Francis did a great job on her defensively, limiting her touches, and when she got touches, they weren't really good looks.
Yeah, you're right. And honestly, because Sarah was guarded pretty closely the entire game, Sam Hamill was really the one who had to step up, and she did have 15 points, but the thing was that she made a couple of key bad plays there. What she would do is she would actually go down into the paint. She would kind of back down her defender, but then she would just hold on to the ball. She wouldn't do anything with it. She wouldn't pass it back outside or try to score at all. She would just stay right there, and the ball would get taken away from her every single time. And those were in some pretty key moments in the game. And so it's going to be interesting, again, to see what they've kind of talked about in practice to prepare for this game.
A key stat in that game as well, 22 turnovers for the Forsters. Noah, we're going to talk about our keys to the game, and we're going to touch on that just a little bit, but definitely have to trim down those turnovers if they want to stay competitive. Now, for Mount Vernon coming into this, they're led by Taylor Gregory, the junior. She comes in at 15.1 points per game, 11.9 rebounds per game, so averaging a double-double. And Noah, she's been phenomenal this season. She was first-team All-Crossroads League at the end of last season, preseason first-team All-Crossroads League. So, following up on that good season she had last year where she averaged 16 points a game to go with 10.2 rebounds.
Yeah, and also the thing that really bodes well for Mount Vernon is that they don't only have one girl in double figures, averaging in double figures, but they actually have 3. Maggie Coe and number 1, Sage Brannon. Those are just some more great weapons for the Cougars, and that's just something that Huntington doesn't have. So, again, it'll be interesting to see for Huntington who really steps up and who helps Sarah Fryman out, because the schools this year, they're really starting to figure out how to guard Sarah. She's a senior, so, after 4 years, you're going to figure out how to guard one person.
Fryman is leading 23.2 points. That's the leading mark for the NAI in points per game, So we'll see what she's able to do tonight. No, we're going to take a look at our player to watch tonight. It is Sam Hamill. Hamill this season averaging 9.4 points per game to go along with 5.9 assists, 2.2 steals, and she's shooting 44% from the field. And I know you've got to watch a few games here, and she really seems like a driving force of this offense, not from the shooting side, but really from getting the ball spread out and just moving the ball.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I was so surprised last week that she was making those little mistakes, because she is the one who usually heads up the offense. She's kind of taken over Maddie Reeker's spot a little bit. We've said ever since she was a freshman, she is a more controlled Haley Krewald. Haley Krewald she would go after every single ball when she played here at Huntington, but Sam, she has a lot more control over that energy, which bodes really well for Sam.
Mount Vernon's on a 5-game win streak coming into this one. Huntington, 1-game losing streak for this. for them. Both teams 13-3 in this one. We're going to have our starting lineups as well as some keys to the game on the other side of the break. This is HU Women's Basketball right here on FDN Sports. Don't go anywhere.
This is how we like to do it.
We'll do keys before tip-off, so right after.
Welcome back here inside Platt Arena. Once again, Ryan Lockhart with Noah Tobias on the call for this one. No, we're going to have our starting lineups here first for the visiting receiving boats Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. Starting at guard, sophomore Sage Brannon. Number 1, number 11, Elizabeth Fee, the junior guard. Number 12, Danny Ellerbrock, the senior. Number 15, Maggie Coe, the freshman. And our player to watch for this game for Mount Vernon, number 40, Taylor Gregory, the junior. Going to be a big force inside tonight, Noah.
Yeah, really, Huntington's going to have to find a way to stop her, but now for the starting lineup for Huntington University, number 10, junior 5'4" guard Jade Clement. Really another person that has stepped up this year. Number 20, Sam Hamill, junior 5'7" guard for the Foresters. Again, she is our player to watch for the Foresters. Number 5, senior 5'10" guard Aaron Moore. And number 12, the senior 5'9" forward from right here in Huntington, Indiana, Sarah Fryman. And then wrapping it all up, number 55, Alexandria Bope, who is a 6'1" junior center. Again, it's going to be interesting to see that matchup between her and Gregory, just because Alex gets into a decent amount of foul trouble fairly quick, so we'll have to see how she adjusts.
And Gregory, a pretty athletic player. She can really move around the floor, but so can Alex. No, we're going to look at our keys of the game. First for Mount Vernon, they need to make somebody other than Fryman score the ball tonight. St. Francis did it. They were successful. Look for perimeter shots and crash the boards. How's it look for Huntington tonight, Noah?
Yeah, for Huntington, what they really need to do is they need to limit Gregory's touches. Really, we've talked about it a little bit about how Gregory is just so amazing down low, but they also need to start strong and they need to limit their turnovers. Again, last week when they played against St. Francis, that was the biggest thing that got them into a hole.
Tip-off won by the Cougars here. They come out in their blue uniforms. White numbers, gray letters. Early look to Gregory inside. Now a shot. Looks like Boat might have altered it there, but it went off the basket for sure. A dive for the ball on the floor, and all but about 3 players down on the ground, Noah.
Yeah, a great hustle by both teams. But now it's just going to go over to the Forsters.
Possession arrow in favor of Huntington there. So first possession, no points for the Cougars, but an open look in the paint, a dangerous look for them. Moore gets one, now she'll drive inside. Defense finally catches up to her. I think if Boat could get a few fouls on Gregory, that would really help out the Forsters with her on the bench. Fryman's first shot, no good, in and out.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with you, Ryan. I mean, just because I'd put a little bit more pressure on the other players for Mount Vernon. But again, they've got a lot of great shooters for Mount Vernon. That's why they're receiving votes at this time.
Hamill almost picked that one off. Stays there now. Brannon with it. Thought about the 3. Nice spin back inside. Fryman was there, but she's able to drive inside, and our first points of the ball game go to the Cougars.
Yeah, it was a pretty athletic move by Brannon as she used that spin to just create some space for her.
Aaron Moore now on the drive. A nice little look there, able to get that one to fall. Aaron Moore has had some games where she stepped up big, Noah, and scored a lot. Do you think this could be one for her?
I think this could be for her, but she's just got to make the effort. She doesn't really shoot a whole lot when she's in the ball game. And that's Gregory, and there's a foul on Fryman.
So, no, we talked about how big it would be if Huntington's able to get Gregory in foul trouble, but Fryman picking up an early foul here. That could be big for Mount Vernon. Her free throws up and good there. 5-2 they lead.
Yeah, Sarah Fryman, she got into a little bit of foul trouble early against St. Francis. She finished the game with 4 personal fouls. So again, she kind of dug a hole for herself with those fouls.
Bope's pass gets tipped. Now ball on the floor once again. Cougars and Forsters on it. Bope trying to get it off. And we're going to have a jump ball here. Second one of the ball game.
So I appreciate those officials and what they just did. And what I'm talking about is they let the play go out. Alex Bope, she was trying to get the ball away from Mount Vernon, and it looked like she almost did, but the officials didn't call that jump ball right away. They actually let the play continue on to see if anything was actually going to happen from that.
Gregory now puts a ball on the floor, the much smaller Clement on her. Ball gets kicked out. Ellerbrock 3, no good. Both the rebound there. Huntington still trails by 3 early.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ellerbrock didn't score that because both she didn't switch on that screen, or, I mean, if you want to say Jay Clement didn't recover, I mean, that happened too. So, I mean, it just kind of is a communication error between them.
Ellerbrock had a step on Hamill. Now she gives it off. Brannon going with it inside. A nice look from her, and the lane has been open for the Cougars so far today.
She's got 4 of their 7 points for Mount Vernon, and both of them is a layup.
7-2 your score. 7:15 on the clock here. Moore with the ball, looking for some free space, finds it out the elbow, and she cashes in.
Yeah, good job by Moore, just picking up her dribble and recognizing that that's really a good shot attempt for her.
Now Fee with it. She looks inside for Gregory. A little bit too high for the 6'2 Gregory, though. Early turnover there. Only the first one, though, for Mount Vernon. Huntington seems like they want to push the ball inside. They find Aaron Moore. Turnaround here. That's good. Aaron Moore having a nice game so far, Noah. 6 points in this one. And Huntington, that's all they got. She's got them all so far.
Yeah, well, you kind of brought it up there early if this was maybe going to be a night for Aaron Moore, and she's got all 6 of their points right now.
I'm glad you reminded me about that, Noah. I feel good about that.
Well, you should. Gosh dang it, you.
Hamill gets a hand on one, but that's going to go out of bounds. But staying aggressive on defense, that's what she's known for, Noah. That's really where she makes her money.
Yeah, and really, she gets a lot of steals, and she gets her hands on a lot of passes. She maybe doesn't come up with every single ball that she touches, but she at least disrupts that pass.
Brannon takes a seat. Koblenz in for her. Gregory to the hoop. The mismatch once again. Clement got switched, and Noah, as a guard, is there anything Huntington can do to help out Jade down there when that switch happens?
Well, the good thing is that Sarah Fryman tried to come up and pick off that entry pass. She got a piece of it, but because Gregory is so strong, she was able to pull that away from Sarah Fryman, and I mean that mismatch just took its place as Fryman attempts a three of her own and misses.
Koblenz the rebound, so the sub getting in and making her impact felt right away. Gregory can pull it from three. She'll put it on the floor instead. Moore gets a hand on this. Fee comes up with it, though. Moore gets this one. Excuse me, that was Ko, not Fee. Clement with it. She can knock him down from deep. She'll look for Fryman, though. Fryman inside. Bope they go. Gregory's right there. She altered the shot. Back to Bope it goes, and she hits that one. Huntington down one right now to Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Bope, she kind of forced that ball over at Gregory, and she's gonna have to create some more space for herself if she's gonna want to shoot while Gregory is right on top of her like that.
Now Fee inside, got Bope on her. Lost her dribble there. Hamill got that one. That's a steal for her. Hamill looking to push it up, going right at Ellerbrock, right to the hole. She goes off the glass, no good, too strong.
And see, that shot right there, that's forced. I mean, she did not need to do that. I mean, Ellerbrock did a great job of just staying up right on her. I mean, she needed to pull it back and make a pass.
Mount Vernon now pushing the ball around. Koblenz with it. Kick back out, three-pointer here, up on the way, swish, that's good. Mount Vernon now 12-8, they lead this one. Ko with the three-pointer there.
Maggie Ko comes in this one averaging 14 points a game. Really going to have to stay on top of her as she is one of Mount Vernon's leading scorers for this season.
Noah, you could almost attest one of the reasons why she was the Ohio Heritage Conference Player of the Year last year in high school and was a three-sport athlete. So she's very well-rounded as an athlete. She'll be a good player here in the future for Mount Vernon. Ellerbrock kick out. Gregory, that pass gets hit. Moore with it. That's going to be her second steal of the game. Hamill looking inside. She brings it out. No, we talked about she forced a few early. Now good recognition to bring it out.
Yeah, really, she just needs to realize that if somebody's up on you like that, I mean, especially if it's early in your possession, you got to just make those moves as Jade Clement makes a three of her own. 11-12, Huntington trailing the Cougars.
Clement leads Huntington in threes. That's number 25 on the season. She shoots an outstanding 54%, Noah, from deep. That's almost as good as I shot in intramurals. Almost.
Almost, okay.
Complete joke there, Noah. I'm not a good shooter. Gregory, though, she's trying her luck, and she gets it to splash. Matching Jade's three there.
You don't have to tell me that you're really not that good of a shooter. It's okay. I've seen you on the court.
I got a good post game, Noah, but that's about it.
Yeah, but Gregory, though, man, that was a nice-looking three-point shot, and that looked really comfortable for her, which is scary.
Fryman with the turnaround. That's a nice look for her. In and out, though.
That's about the second time for Fryman that it's just rattled in and out.
Bope almost could have picked up a foul there. Now Koblenz driving around more. Too strong off the glass. Bope the rebound. That's going to be number 3 for her on the day. Sam kicks corner three up. No good. Jade couldn't get that one to go. We're still knotted here. 15-11. 2:15 to go here in this first quarter. Inside they go to Gregory. Boat bought on it, and she had to pay for it there. Gregory able to get another one. That's going to be 10 points now for her, Noah. 10 points already just in this first quarter.
Yeah, and that's why one of our keys to the game was to really, you got to limit Gregory's ball touches.
Now Hamill goes in that one off the back of the iron. Hamill cold in this one, no points so far. Had a few looks though. Gregory calling for it. She's going on the floor right into Bope. She goes off the glass. And Gregory's winning that matchup right now, 19-11. Mount Vernon takes the lead into a timeout here by head coach Lori Culler. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here with us, folks. 1:36 to go. But no, you talked about it. One of our keys to the game, limit Gregory's touches. Right now she's got 12 points from,
Yeah, Gregory, man, she is just making it look easy. I mean, she's got a 3, she's got a couple free throws. I mean, she's got some great post moves that she's just came out and shown us here tonight. It's hard. I mean, I'd say, honestly, whenever it goes down into her, you got to just sprint down there and double team her right away. I mean, if Alex Bope isn't getting to her, just isn't getting into her head right now, which she isn't, and they actually subbed her out. Elena Rongos has entered the game for her, and Sarah Joy has also entered the game for the Foresters. I mean, you got to try some different things because obviously she's got 12 of 19 points for Mount Vernon. Something's got to change.
And no, I'd let her say, shoot a 3 ball. We see Fryman step back. That's good there. She's finally able to get one to go. Her first point of the game. But I would say let Gregory shoot the 3, but she's a 45% three-point shooter, so you can't even really do that.
Yeah, and it's tough. And honestly, Huntington needs to take advantage of the situation right now because she's out of the game as number 15, Ko, gets a long 2-point basket to go.
Mount Vernon really asserting their dominance here. 21-13, they lead this one. Under a minute to go here. Fryman looking for some Rupa. Spin around there. Fryman starting to heat up now. Noah, that could be dangerous for the Cougars.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been waiting for her to see when she would actually come into this game, as in mentally, not physically. She's been playing this entire game, but still, she took her a little while to make a couple of shots. But then there's number 11, Fee, again with another basket.
Fee's first points of the game there, but a nice look inside.
It seems like mostly all of Mount Vernon's points are coming in within the paint.
And Mount Vernon in the paint has 12 points, 12 of their 23. About a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds total difference. Hamel into the hole she goes. She got fouled, couldn't get it to drop there. But no, she's going to go to the line for 2 more here.
Yeah, Sam Hamel did a good job of realizing that number 21, Lily Krieger, she was not in position at all. She just kind of jumped right on into her, and she's able to make her first free throw.
No, a little surprising here. Only 2 fouls in this ball game in this first quarter so far.
Honestly, it's been a really clean ball game. I mean, I don't think any fouls should have been called or not called. I mean, it's just an easy ball game for the officials so far.
Huntington now putting on a little half-court pressure here. 3 on the clock. Ella Brock, she's going to have to pull up. She does here. High shot. Ooh, just off the glass. Just pushed it to the right a little bit. 23-17 is your score after quarter 1 here. We're going to be right back here with some second quarter action. I'm Ryan Lockhart with Noah Tobias. This is FDN Sports. Welcome back here inside Platt Arena in beautiful Huntington, Indiana. Your leading scorer for the Cougars after their first period, Taylor Gregory. And Noah, I have a feeling we're going to be saying that name quite a bit here today.
Yeah, she's back into this game, and Elena Rongos, I'm guessing, is going to be guarding her. But again, Huntington's just going to have to find another strategy to really cover her.
Doy took an extra step there. That's going to be called for a travel. And no, it looked like she wanted to take the 3, but I think the defense just closed out a little bit too soon for her.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. She just probably felt pressured right there and kind of got a little bit of nerves seeing all those girls coming right on at her.
Gregory right into Rongos. Rongos stays strong. No foul called.
And that's a great play by Rongos. I mean, she kept her hands straight up. She wasn't intimidated down low. I mean, that was perfect.
Kick outside, Drake with it. Step back. Nice looking step back, but no good there. No, I'm okay with that shot by Drake, though. I like that step back from the elbow there.
Yeah, I don't feel like that was necessarily forced. I mean, I think the shot was there. She just didn't make it.
Bannon with that. She'll take a three. No good there. Fryman the rebound. That's going to be number 2 for her. Now Hamill the handoff. Fryman spot up three. No good. Left it short. Drake the rebound, though. The offensive rebound and extends this possession. Kick inside. Backdoor. Not open there. Fryman was looking for it.
Yeah, and that's a bummer for the Foresters. Really thought they were going to get something going right there with another possession. But Gregory, I mean, she's right in the place where she needs to be. She's right down there on the left block.
Rongos come over for that help defense, left Gregory wide open. Good recognition by the Cougars there. Huntington trailing in this one 25-17. 8:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Inside they go. Drake gets her shot blocked. That ball tipped off. Drake touched it last. That's going to be going the other way.
Yeah, Forster's really not looking like themselves here right now. I think partially they're shaken up because how big Gregory has come up for the Cougars so far. And really, again, coming off of a loss from St. Francis when they just really didn't play the greatest, it's been tough. But 3-second violation now against Gregory. So that adds to another turnover for the Cougars.
Number 5 on the day for Mount Vernon. They've played some clean ball, though, Noah. It doesn't seem like they would have 5 turnovers. Rongos with it now. A spin move, but Gregory able to steal it away. Foul called here. Rongos going to be the recipient of it.
Yeah, she got that ball stolen away from her and then just reached right on in, pulling Gregory to the ground.
Would that be like a frustration foul there, Noah?
Oh, 100%. You're just trying to get that ball back, but instead you grab her arm and, I mean, you just pull her right to the ground.
Ellerbrock with it. She gives it off. Peru. Bannon, Gregory, short corner. Cougars really moving the ball around. They've done a good job of, other than about 2-3 passes, not getting them tipped off. Miscommunication there.
Well, I think Brandon thought that the 5-second count was getting pretty high for her, and I do agree with that. So she just kind of panicked and threw the ball, hoping somebody would come and get it, instead of her just committing a turnover from getting 5 seconds called.
Fryman tips this one over. Doy finds some room. Can't get that one to fall in, but Gregory going to pick up a foul. Her first one there.
And now if Huntington could just draw a couple more fouls on Gregory, that would be perfect. That'd be getting them into a good situation. As number 15, Maggie Coe, checks back in for the Cougars.
Noah, Sarah Doy kind of making that play happen herself. That pass from Fryman not coming off the cleanest. And then once she kind of got her, got the ball and got a step, Gregory was right there, so she almost ran into a wall about.
Yeah, she kind of took a sidestep from Gregory, and so that's why Gregory sort of reached and hit her arm. And Sarah Doy did a good job of just going straight up, hitting both of those free throws.
Pass up. Fryman gets a hand on it. Coe able to grab it. Now a high pass here. That's going to go out of bounds. Another turnover. Number 7 for Mount Vernon. And Noah, now we see a little bit of a sloppy ball getting played by Mount Vernon. What do the Forsters need to do to tighten up their offense?
I mean, Sarah just needs to start hitting. I mean, I feel like she was starting there towards the middle of the first quarter, but she just got to be more consistent here in this game, especially when it matters that much. And speaking of the devil, there she is right there.
I guess we're about even now, no?
Yep.
I had a good one earlier. You matched up there. Drake gets a good screen put on her. Now Coe going inside. Ball rolls around the rim but drops. She's going to go to the line for one more here.
Yeah, Deja just got a couple of steps behind, tried to block that shot, but the thing is that Coe did a great job of keeping that ball right in front of her body. If she would have just put it right in front of her face. Now, the ball would have probably been blocked, but because it was so far in front of her, Deja had no chance.
Hamill kick over. Fryman 3. That's too short. Gregory the rebound. Rebound number 6 for her. Now ball up. Over to Coe it goes. Ellerbrock. She had it in a travel there. No, I'm a little surprised she didn't shoot that 3 ball there. You know, really nobody around her. She's a 3-point shooter. So I'm just a little surprised she didn't take that.
I feel like she kind of wanted to use the shot clock just a little bit more, but no, I do agree with you. I feel like that would have been a good shot selection for her just because there was nobody around her.
Moore now with it. She's going to be called for a carry. I believe they called it when she was trying to do that spin there.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, you're going to get a billion different officials calling a billion different things. I mean, I'd say half of them are going to call that, half of them aren't going to call that.
Not a call we see called as much anymore as, you know, I think when we were younger.
Yes, I would 100% agree with you.
Ellerbrock loses that one. Hamill comes up with it. 2-on-2 break here. Hamill slows down. Now she'll throw it up. Fryman able to get it. Back to Rongos they go, and Huntington sets up their offense. Hamill looking to run around. Nothing there, though. That defense tight for Mount Vernon. Foul going to be called on the floor here once again on Gregory it is. That's number 2 on... Oh, excuse me, that's not on Gregory.
I think that was on Gregory.
I believe
Yeah,
it should be,
it
but they
was.
called it on 30.
Yeah, well, he held up 40. The official did hold up 40.
What a shot there by Sarah, able to get that one off. Defense all over her. Fryman, though, coming in this one, averaging 23 points. She's made a few tough shots this year, Noah.
She has, and she just, again, needs to find that more consistent pace again. In the beginning of the season, she was doing a great job of scoring a lot of points, but here recently in the past couple of games, really hasn't done the greatest. She's just been in a little, trying to think of the word. She just hasn't been herself recently, I guess.
A lull.
Sure, we can go with that.
Rongos now with it, right wing. She'll step back here, shot up, no good there. Ellerbrock the rebound, 4:40 on the clock here. 28-23, Huntington's got it down to 5, courtesy of some turnovers here. Now Gregory left wide open on the boards, and she gets that for the putback.
See, instead of her running back as soon as that ball goes up, she stays down there on the block, ready to get that rebound and put it right back up for an and one shot. Really, Gregory, she can hustle a lot, and so that's why she feels like she can stay down there right underneath the basket to get that rebound.
30-second timeout called, and Noah, that second foul was called on Gregory. Just a little miscommunication, but I like what you mean by that, because, you know, right now she has 6 rebounds in this ball game. Huntington, as a team, only has 8 rebounds total. What does Huntington need to do on the boards to not only limit her production, but really get their production going themselves?
Well, they need to be boxing out. I mean, they need to go search for a girl, and they need to just box her out, because Gregory, there was nobody around her when they were on the offensive side. I mean, it's wide open for her, so you need to go and you need to find somebody to box out.
Bope checked back in for Rongos here. 7-point ball game in favor of the visiting receiving votes Cougars. Bope turn inside, no good, left it short. Fryman had it for a moment, but as soon as it was in her hands, it was out.
Things are starting to get a little chippy. Ellerbrock accidentally ran into Fryman, and Fryman kind of pushed her off a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see what the pace of this game is going to look like here.
That ball, bad pass there thrown. Ellerbrock able to get it. She's driving on Doy. Looks to spin back. Moore gets a hand on that one. She's played a good game defensively so far here.
Yeah, she has, and you know, she started out getting the Foresters their first 6 points of the ball game, and she's right there for her 8th point of the ball game.
No, we talked about it earlier. If she can have a good game, Mount Vernon, you know, might be a struggle for them, but now Bannon looking to drive. She'll kick it back out to Ko. Ko the pull up. No good off the right side. Good block out down low by Mount Vernon, but...
And that's going to be a foul on Mount Vernon.
That's going to be on number 2, Perry. Perry just checking in here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the official was saying that was a box out foul, or I'm guessing that's what he called, because she definitely did that.
5-point ball game here. 30-25. 3 minutes and some change here. Fryman the ball, top of the key, three-pointer on its way, and it's good there. She cuts it to a 2-point ball game here, and the Forcers getting up on D. A step too late though, inside to Boat. Boat gets the block there and gets a rebound. Hamill's looking to push left side. Under 3 minutes here. Hand off to Fryman. Fryman gets the corner, going up off the glass. She gets that one to fall. It's a tie ball game, and we got a timeout, Noah. Wow, what a change of events here for these teams.
Another 30-second timeout called by Mount Vernon, but Sarah Fryman, as soon as she hit that three-pointer, the entire energy in this gym changed, because they're like, okay, she's finally here. We have been waiting for her to hit just a three, because she's been doing a great job driving in and stuff, but she's really known the past couple of years of making those three-pointers, and man, it's been tough to kind of watch her at the beginning of this game, but finally she hit that one, and hopefully that will just ignite her going forward.
Yeah, Fryman now 13 points, Noah. Only had 2 in that first quarter, so has really had a great second quarter, and we still have just under 3 minutes to play. But what a great job by Huntington using their defense to turn to their offense to get that transition offense going. Noah, they had 15 points off turnovers.
Yeah, that's
Huntington
huge.
does, that is.
And Huntington's also outscoring them 13-7 here in the second quarter. Moore now with it, and she could have gotten fouled right there and cannot make that jumper.
Koblenz will bring it up. She'll cross back, and Huntington momentarily slows down this offense. Looking for the spin, not there. Fee finds Koblenz. Now Doy gets it. She's off and running. Bannon's running with her. I don't know if she'll catch her. No, she does. But a jump stop and a basket by Doy.
Believe it or not, Huntington is up by 2, 32-30, with 2:08 remaining in the first half.
Cougars get the ball across. Ball right between the legs there to Krieger.
Well, that was a one-handed pass, too. I mean, she was really just trying to fire that in there, and I mean, they weren't really expecting that, especially with how hard that pass was.
Almost looked like a line drive, a one-hopper coming to like a first baseman or a second baseman there.
So are we going to count that as an error on Mount Vernon then?
You know, I was going to say it looked like the Bill Buckner play where the ball went between his legs, but three-pointer on the way, and good there by Sarah Doy. That's going to be 7 points for her in this one, and Huntington now a 5-point lead. Noah, 15-7, they're outscoring the Cougars in this quarter. A lot of it's come from Fryman, but the other girls, they're right there as well.
On a 10-0 run by the Foresters right now here in the last minute or so.
Fee with it, now turning back. Koblenz kicks over. Ko got it top of the key, 5 on the clock here. She's running out of room. Kick over, Koblenz the three-pointer. That's high, and that's good there. She gets that one to splash. That's Koblenz's 4th 3 of the season, Noah. A 25% three-point shooter as the clock winds down there.
Well, and that was a great job by Ko to not really be so flustered that the shot clock was running down. And Alex Bope doing a great job of not going over the back there and just getting her own rebound and putting that back up.
Moore gets her hand on that one again. Can't control it, though. Peru now, she's driving against Fryman. She gets that one to fall. And Noah, Huntington, as soon as the ball gets inbounded, they're doing a good job But if the ball gets moved up from there, it's like their defense breaks down then.
Yeah, so they're not doing a good job of shifting back into the front court whenever the ball gets transitioned from the back court to the front court. So, and they actually had some trouble with that against St. Francis. So I'm sure that's what Mount Vernon saw from film whenever they saw that when Huntington was applying that pressure.
5 on the clock. Hamill tried to go behind her back. Lost it though. No, it looked like there was a carry there. No call. Kohler wanted it here. 2 on the clock. Koblenz another 3. No good there.
And that ball was tipped as well. And so that's a good end to the first half for the Foresters.
Noah, before we go to halftime here, quick thoughts on that first half. Mount Vernon really controlled that first quarter. Huntington used momentum in that second quarter to get back in this and has a 2-point lead at half.
Yeah, at the end of the first quarter, Mount Vernon was leading 23-17, and then Huntington outscored the Cougars 20-12 in that second quarter. So it's a great job by Huntington to not give up and just to keep pushing on. You know, Sarah made a couple of threes. Sarah Fryman started making a couple of threes, then Doy kind of followed. So hopefully they'll keep that momentum and bring that into the second half.
Yeah, for sure. 37-35 your score, number 22. Huntington leading receiving votes. Mount Vernon Nazarene will be right back here with your second half as well as a little bit of stats before we get underway here. Don't go anywhere.
So Power Puff football is 2 teams divided up by floors, and then they all have flags, so it's just a flag football game. And so we have the 2 end zones, and it's just like a regular game. We usually play 2 20-minute halves, and it's just a good time for everybody to get some football in since we don't have a football team here as a sport.
Let's go, oh,
Powder Puff to me is something that actually opened me up at Huntington.
And for me, just as a freshman, obviously, like I get to know all the different girls on my floor, and we all grow closer together.
Powder Puff just means a lot of unity between the girls on the floor and just provided a lot of good fun between all the other girls on campus as well.
Powder Puff means to me, it just signifies some of the best times that you're going to have during homecoming weekend.
Home run for right fielder Adrian Perez.
Perez started playing baseball at a young age where he fell in love with the sport. Then, when he made it to high school, everything changed.
When I was a junior, this guy saw me in Florida playing, and he asked me if I want to stay in Florida for better education and find like a scholarship or something in the USA.
This was an offer that Perez and his parents didn't see coming, but there was another curveball on its way.
In that year, my mom got cancer. When that happened, she talked to me and said, do you dream? Like, go follow your dream. I'm gonna be fine.
So he listened to his mom and started playing for the Iowa Lake Community College Lakers in 2015. That's when he earned the nickname Big Shot. But in the midst of his great success with the Lakers,
I hurt my hamstring in a scout day in Iowa Lakes.
Perez returned to Puerto Rico for therapy in December 2017. After weeks of therapy, he walked his mom through her final days.
My mom passed away after 2 years.
To honor his mother and follow their dreams of going pro, Perez returned back to the U.S.
At that point, I got hurt and all the school I get is NAIA, but I don't want to talk to nobody. And that frame, Coach Friend's son, he called me over and over and over. But all the school, the NAIA just sent me over. He was the only one he want to talk to me. So I told him, I can't play baseball right now. I just trying to rehab and everything. I said, he don't matter. I'm going to give you a good offer so you can come to Huntington University and play here, and we're going to take care about the hamstring and everything. He offered me the offer, and I didn't even call my dad. I said, okay.
So Perez and the Forsters made it official.
I signed, called my dad, tell me I think I made the right decision.
While at HU, Perez remembers that he's almost 9 hours away from his family.
The adversity just helped me go through everything in that point. My dad always watching me in the TV, so when I go to hit, I make a sign, so he know he know I just want to play for them. And
Let's go! Let's go!
I am Dr. Fred Miller. I am the Department Chair of Kinesiology and also an exercise science professor at Huntington University. Huntington University is unique as far as they get a lot of one-on-one attention from the professor. You know, helping them learn the information or helping them administer a test, whereas some universities you don't get that one-on-one from the professors. One of our themes focuses is on being a Christian and trying to be a good role model for others. We're here, we really care about the student, we want to see that student succeed, not just preparing them for their future career, but also we want to prepare them to be a servant for God. Huntington University, we have a lot of equipment that students will get an opportunity to use and experience. Some of the equipment we have include a bod pod, which is very famous. We also have other interesting equipment that students will get to use. That equipment include a VO2 max, a metabolic cart system. There's also a lot of equipment including other health measures. Students will get plenty of opportunity to learn how to use all this equipment, and they will get administering it to other students. Oftentimes students who get an undergraduate degree in exercise science will go on to physical therapy school, or even they will go on to physician assistant school. And then also another common career path for students is to become a strength conditioning specialist and mainly work with athletes. Exercise science is a degree where students will gain a lot of knowledge about health, but having someone that has the knowledge and experience to help an individual to get fit, to get healthy is important. And students at Huntington University, they learn about knowledge that's credible and that's important for students to have so they can help these individuals.
Here in Huntington University's film program, we offer a one-of-a-kind experience. You'll have access to state-of-the-art equipment and the opportunity to gain practical experience on set. But what really sets us apart from other universities? While the films that we make are important to us, we give special attention to how we make them. In our film program, we understand the process behind making a film is just as important as the finished product you see on screen, and how we treat one another on set has a big impact. Which is why our program is part of the Kinema Commonwealth, a group of filmmakers dedicated to creating an environment of mutual respect that values individual artists over the bottom line. Our goal is to create excellent works of cinematic art and storytelling that both entertain and turn those involved into better people. We hold to 3 community values that make up the Kinema Manifesto. The first is respect for the individual, in which the time, energy, resources, and personal well-being of the artist are shown full respect. Artists are not just used for their talents, but embraced as collaborators. The second is respect for the community, where the natural environment, the local community, and the audience are all treated with the utmost care and respect. Filmmaking impacts not only the filmmakers, but those around us too. The third is respect for the art, because each filmmaker should be given artistic freedom to work creatively and to the best of their ability, while remembering that we are all working towards the same story. We believe that by living out these community values daily, the resulting projects will be works of passion, infused with the artistic voices of all the filmmakers. Our hope is that our students will not only practice these values during their 4 years here, but that they will take them into the professional industry and over time, revolutionize the way films are made in the United States and the rest of the world. We are striving to create leaders who pursue excellence in their craft while showing love and respect to those around them. What does it mean to impact your community? As a broadcast media major at Huntington University, you'll explore that question and uncover the heart of storytelling. Tell real-life stories of the world around you from day one and uncover why it matters to the campus, community, and beyond. It could be in our live TV studio through our award-winning newscast, broadcasting home athletic events, or running HU's very own radio station. You'll have the opportunity to use industry standard.
Welcome back here inside Platt Arena. 37-35 your halftime score. It's again Ryan Lockhart joined here, Noah Tobias. And Noah, I said it early, I thought we were going to have a good one on our hands like the men's game. And I think it's shaped up to be a great one so far.
Yeah, really. I mean, the Foresters didn't really come out that strong, and that was one of really your main points that you pointed out there at the beginning of the game, is that they really needed to have a strong start to this game. And so they kind of got themselves in a hole a little bit, and then all of a sudden they kind of started coming alive. Again, Sarah Fryman, she hit a couple of threes, and Sarah Doy came right alongside her, hit a couple of threes. The ladies went on a 10-0 run at one point there in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden we're up by 2, and it's really beginning to be a more competitive ball game, just kind of how we thought that it should have been in the first place.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's really been all Gregory, though, for Mount Vernon. She's had a really good game so far, leads them with 16 points. And no, she had all but I believe it was 6 points for Mount Vernon at one point. Then a little bit of foul trouble and just substitution there kind of hurt that. But looking at some other leaders for them, rebounding leader Gregory as well with 7. Coe, their assist leader, with 3 on the other side for Huntington. Fryman able to storm back and get 13 points. Bope, the rebounder, at 5, and Hamill, the leading assister, at 4.
Yeah, Gregory, she is 7 of 8 from the field. I mean, and that's mostly because she only took 1 3-pointer, and she made it. But all of her shots that she's taken have been really close range, except for one of them. And it's, been a rebound and a putback for most of her shots, which, I mean, should be a high percentage shots. And she's taken full advantage of that. Huntington, again, coming in late with a really good run. Sarah Fryman, 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 for 3-pointers. I would expect to see that percentage going up for Sarah Fryman for those 3-pointers. Not 25%, but it'll be, in the 30s or 40s by the end of this game, because I think she'll take that momentum from first half, and she does a good job of that in transferring it to the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We look at a few other stats. Turnovers, a big one here. Mount Vernon, 14 of them compared to 6 for Huntington. And that's really where Huntington's been able to do a great job. Not only getting those turnovers, Noah, but getting the points off. 20 points off turnovers off those 14 turnovers. So Huntington really making those turnovers work for them.
Yeah, definitely. Huntington, they've done a great job of running the floor and just getting that extra step. But the thing is that Mount Vernon, they've also done a good job of that. Really, they've just gotten one step ahead of Huntington, usually on their transitions, and they've been able to get somewhat of an easy layup. But so Huntington, actually, Ryan, you kind of brought this up a little bit whenever you were bringing up the pressure that Huntington would put on Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon would do a great job of getting it into the front court and getting an easy layup. Huntington needs to work on that. They need to work on that transition from back court to front court with that press, because you're leaving Alex Pope back here single-handed going 2-on-1, and I mean 9 times out of 10 she's going to lose that battle.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I know coaches all the way, I think, from middle school would do the 2-on-1 drill, but if you're that defender in that 2-on-1, there's just not a lot of times you're going to win that. Minton coming into this one, Mount Vernon on a 5-game win streak. Huntington, a 1-game losing streak. But the good news for Huntington, they have won 3 of their last 4 games, and they're 8-2 in their last 10 games. Both these teams had good starts to their season as well. Huntington started 3-0. Mount Vernon 6-0. And an early travel here leads to turnover number 15. 6 seconds into this half.
Yeah, Mount Vernon starting to play sloppier. And I mean, that's kind of how they're getting themselves into a hole.
And it really didn't start until about that second quarter, about 2 minutes into it too, where Mount Vernon started playing a little sloppy. Ellerbrock kicks it out. Ball gets kicked though by Hamill. It's going to stay here with Mount Vernon. Looking at some halftime shooting for both these teams. Mount Vernon in this ball game shooting 60%. The Forcers 46% from the field. Gregory setting a screen on Jade. Ellerbrock finally gets that ball off. Coe now with it. 7 on the clock here. Fee able to get around here. Ball rolls around the rim and drops.
Man, I thought for a second that ball was just going to come straight out of that rim, but luckily it rolled right on in for Mount Vernon.
Now Fryman with it. She's looking to drive. Inside to Bope they go. Give it off to Aaron Moore. Moore uses a screen. Inside to Bope. She's going to put up a shot, but she got fouled. And Noah, I like the recognition by Bope there. As soon as she got the ball, she could feel Ellerbrock kind of on her right side and in front of her. Went up with it right away, and I think Ellerbrock was already committing the foul when she just got the ball.
Yeah, I think that was actually pretty close. I mean, if Ellerbrock would have had both of her hands up and not tried to just have that one hand blocking the ball, or, I mean, they would have probably called a jump ball if that, but, I mean, she seemed to have good position. It's just she had that right hand on Alex Bope's arm.
Miscommunication there on the full press defense. Fee looking for some help. She finds Gregory. The three's up. In and out, no good. I think the Forcers got lucky there, Noah.
I think they did too. And actually, that rim must be tight or something because a lot of great shooters have shot on that rim today, and they've rattled in and out a lot today.
Hamill looking to drive, find some room, puts up a shot. I don't know how she got that off and didn't get it blocked, though, right in the middle of about 4 Cougars.
And I don't think Coach Kohler cares because it went in.
Gregory, I think she'll put it on the floor. Kick over, Fee now driving.
And that's just a lazy foul by Alex Pope. She just puts her hand right on in there to where it shouldn't be. I know she's trying to cause a turnover, but at the same time, man, I mean, she clobbered her right on the arm.
Only Bope's first foul of the game, so a good thing for the Forcers. Inside to Gregory they go. Bope having to stay strong here. Ball gets put between them. Fryman comes up with it though, and she'll slow this offense down. Under 8 minutes to go here. Hamill wants Bope down low. She'll take a 3 off the glass. No good. Hamill almost gets to it. And that's going to stay here, Noah.
I don't know if that was the correct call, but I'm sure Huntington will take it. I'm pretty sure Sam Hamill was the last one that kind of bumped that out of bounds. But, hey, that official was right there, and that's what he called. He looked confident calling that as well.
No, I don't want to disagree with you there, but now a foul called here. This one going to be on number 1, Brannon.
And part of that is, she had her arms straight up, but the thing is that so what the officials say is she impeded the offensive player's progress, her forward progress. So that means she was not in a defensive stance. She was just straight up, and that is not a defensive stance. Defensive stance is when you get your butt down and you're, got one arm up into their face, ready to move.
Now Fee going inside, too strong off the glass. Bope the rebound. That's number 6 for her, Noah. She's got 6 points, 6 rebounds in this one. Hamill finds a lane, kick over. Moore, she puts that up off the glass. Aaron Moore, 10 points right now. Double-digit ball game for her. And a coach's timeout here by Mount Vernon. 45-37, your Forsters leading this one.
Yeah, Huntington, man, they are opening this one up. 45-37. I mean, they are coming right out of the gate, and they are making this an 8-2 run here in this third quarter. Really a great start for the Forces. And again, they're taking that momentum from the first half, bringing that into the second half, which is really, really great for these ladies.
And Noah, you speak to that momentum. I was a little bit worried coming into this second half here because Mount Vernon did make that just little small run. I believe it was a 5-point run to cut it to a 2-point lead at halftime. So I was a little worried. You got that momentum going in as the away team. You keep that building in the locker room. I thought Mount Vernon would come out real strong at half and for the second half, and they've got a few good looks, but I don't think necessarily what they were in that first quarter.
When I think, really Gregory hasn't gotten the ball as much as what she did there at the beginning of the first quarter. I mean, that's when she was getting all of her baskets. Now, she did have that one three-pointer that rattled in and out. But other than that, really, Huntington's done a great job of just covering her down low.
Peru looking to do something with it. 3 on the clock here. Kick inside. Bope staying strong. They're going to call a foul on Bope.
And that's tough. But again, she had her arms way far down. They were nowhere even close to being straight up. But Ryan, you and me were talking before the basketball game even started. What I've seen more as I've become an official is there are some players, if you just stick your hands straight up, they're going to block it no matter what. Don't feel like you have to put your hands down on them or anything because, you don't need to. Alex Bope right there, she had that girl by probably 6 inches at least, and she decided to put her hands down like that. You should not even think about doing that when you have that much of a height difference.
Ball tipped around there. Turnover for Huntington. Mount Vernon looking inside here. I believe the ball went off Hamill's leg there, so it's going to stay here for the Cougars. And Noah, a good point there that you made. Bope, she picked up her second foul, but like you mentioned, if she can stay straight up the rest of this ball game, maybe eliminate some other possible fouls. Ball kicked over, Coe with it. Now to Fee. A nice, quick first move there by Coe.
I was going to say, that is so quick. And Alex Bope, she's not sure if she should go over there to help because they always had that dump down pass to Gregory. So it's almost a lose-lose situation. But at this point, she just got another foul. She got 2 quick fouls right there, so now she's got 3 personal fouls on her. I'm guessing Elena Rongos will probably check in for Bope. And she will.
Bope taking a seat here, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Noah, she's really had a fight down low with Gregory. Not too many girls around the conference or really around anybody that Mount Vernon's played's won that battle. Gregory on the season has 10 double-doubles. She had 16 last year and looks on pace to break that this year. Jade with it, kick back over to Fryman. Fryman gets around Fee, puts one up, that's good. 17 for her in the ball game now. And Huntington stretches this to an 8-point lead.
And that's a great job of Fryman bringing that ball from the left side of her body as she's driving in, right up to the right side of her body as she's finishing that ball. And Aaron Moore with another rebound and jump ball. Looked like Aaron Moore really wasn't trying to rip that ball out. She just kind of stood right there. And so, I mean, Mount Vernon definitely took advantage of that.
Yeah, I feel like if she just really would have just turned a little bit, Noah, she would have had great position there, but nevertheless, ball stays here for the Forsters. Fryman getting double teamed down low to Moore. She goes. Moore got the defense up. Didn't matter, though. She's got another bucket here.
Yeah, Moore, this is definitely one of her better games this season, and she needs to have a breakout season. I mean, she's a senior this year. She's had a couple of years for the entire year starting on this squad, and so you're just kind of expecting her to score a little bit more or make a little bit more of an impact as Fryman commits a foul. And she did. Her hips went right into her. She got ball with her hand, but she still drove right into her.
Second foul on Fryman there. Noah, she picked up that early foul, really kind of to start the ball game, and I was initially worried. You know, you mentioned it right after she picked up foul, how she got in early foul trouble against St. Francis, and that kind of limited some of the things she was able to do. Right now, 17 points. I don't think there's a lot of limiting to her so far.
Yeah, she's got 2 fouls, but she still needs to be cautious about that. I really don't want to pick up a third here in this third quarter, if at all possible. Now, if she picks up a third in the fourth quarter, now that's obviously not a big deal, but here in this third quarter, if you could keep it at 2, that would be great for Fryman.
Rongos to Jade they go. Clement looking for Fryman, they give it to her. Over to Hamill, 8 on the clock. Hamill looking to drive, she does. Kick to Rongos. Beautiful passing. The Cougars were doing it earlier. Now the Forsters going to try their hand. The Cougars pushing the ball up. Coed is. She'll give it back to Ellerbrock. They look inside. Rongos right there. Hamill's off and running. She doesn't have numbers. It's a 2-on-3 break. Kick. Aaron Moore. Swish. Make this now a 10-point ball game. Excuse me, make it a 12-point ball game.
Yeah, Huntington really doing a great job of running and gunning. And Elena Rongos pushing Gregory in the back as Gregory falls to the ground. I was just about ready to say, too, Elena has done a great job tonight guarding Gregory, as she really hasn't had a lot of opportunities guarding her. But at this point, Elena, she's made a lot of great defensive stops. She had a steal right there and that last defensive possession. So, really, I mean, she just needs to keep up what she's doing.
First one up and good there by Gregory. Gregory only a 63% free throw shooter. Both of them good there. Makes us back a 10-point ball game once again. And Noah, Huntington been able to really kind of do what they want here in the second half. 16-6. They lead this third quarter. Bad pass by Rongos. Ellerbrock off and running. She's got numbers. She doesn't take them, though. She goes right to the hole. All herself, coast to coast.
Yeah, Ellerbrock did a great job of just kind of holding up for a second and then going right back in. But Rongos, man, that was, I'm going to go ahead and say it, that was a freshman pass. You just kind of waited too long. If you're going to pass it in there, you got to do it right away.
Hamill looking inside, nothing there. Kicks it back to Rongos. She spins, gives the ball up, but Hamill somehow comes up with it and a foul called. That's going to be on number 1, Brannon. That's going to be her second foul of the ball game. Clement going to take a seat now as Doy checks back in for her. On the floor for the Cougars, Brannon, Peru, Fee, Ellerbrock, Gregory. For your Forsters, Rongos, Fryman, Moore, Hamill, and number 22, Sarah Doy.
Fisher was just having a quick word with the scorekeeper about who the foul was assessed to on the scoreboard. It says number 1, and it was really on 30.
Fryman looking inside. Rongos once again. That's been a winning connection. Rongos has been using those off-ball screens and being wide open down low. Now Peru looking to drive. More good defense there. Peru picks it up though. Look inside. Rongos tips that one out. Noah, you talked about it. Good defense by Rongos. Once again, she comes up big.
Yeah, she was just kind of sagging off there for a second, and then all of a sudden when she saw that lazy pass go in, she just tipped it out of bounds.
Ball gets kicked out. Fee with it. She's going to drive inside. Rongos altered that one momentarily. Fryman able to get the rebound, number 4 for her.
Ball screens have really been killing the Foresters on the defensive side here in this ball game, but luckily that layup did not go in, and a foul will be called on Mount Vernon now.
That call going to be on number 10, Peru. That's going to be her first of the ball game, and substitution here. Number 15, Ko, coming in for Peru. And no, we should mention Sarah Fryman at the start of this ball game was tied on the all-time scoring list. She now has moved up to number 9 in Huntington history.
She's got a whole second half of the season, basically.
No, I think there's a good chance we could see her in that top 5 potentially. No good there. Hamill comes up with the rebound. 3-on-1, and Hamill comes up with it. Timeout here by Coach Kohler. Noah, what a smart play there. 30-second timeout, 10-point ball game. We're going to keep it here.
That is a great timeout called by Coach Kohler. She saw that her team was a little just really all over the place after Sam Hamill got that rebound. They pulled it back out, then all of a sudden they were driving back into the paint. Lori Kohler did a great job of calling that timeout. That was perfect.
Yeah, you know, in her 34th season, Noah, very smart coach. Over 600 wins now. I believe 607 total, looking for 608 today. And with a 10-point lead here with 2:20 to go, the Foresters looking good in this third quarter. But Noah, going back, talking about Fryman a little bit, she's done a good job this year, I think, of recognizing where her spots are on the floor. I think previous years, we saw her really just try to drive to the hoop or try to get those spot up off the screenshots. This year, I think she's really taken it upon herself to get those really good looks.
Yeah, for sure. She's done a great job this year. Just, again, like exactly what you were saying, just getting her looks and finding where she needs to be on the floor at all times.
And to Fryman they go. She hands it off. Kick back, three-pointer. That's no good off the front of the iron there. 2 minutes and some change to go here in this third period. Ellerbrock now driving, turns the corner, kicks it back out. Brannon somehow snags that one out of there. She puts a shot up, no good. Fryman the rebound. And now Hamill, she'll slow it down here. Defensively, the Cougars, they were tight early on, but no, it just slipped away. Kick over Aaron Moore. She looks a dump inside Rongos. That's too strong. No, if she would have followed her shot, she would have been in perfect position. Brannon gets left alone, but ball off her foot there. Once again, gets left alone. Gregory now looking to spin. Rongos there. And they're going to call a travel on her. I think that's a good call, Noah.
Oh, that is definitely a good call by the official. When you're a referee, it is so hard because you know that most of the contact that you're going to see, you know, is up above the waist. And so to actually look below at the feet, especially when a post player has the ball, it is so difficult to just train your eyes to look down at their feet. But no, that was a great call by the official.
Number 21, Lily Krieger checked in for Gregory. Gregory taking a seat with 18 points. And Noah, outside of that first 16 she scored, she's really been quiet. Bad pass there. Rongos playing defense. She's not going to commit a foul. Now only an 8-point ball game here inside Platt Arena. Just a tick over a minute to go here.
Yeah, Huntington just kind of needs to settle down right now. Their energy level is way too high right now. They need to control that just a little bit more. Sarah Fryman gets in there and finishes that basket, and she's got a chance for another point.
Fryman, a nice drive on the baseline there, Noah. The double team come from out around, the key area, the top of the key. Fryman going the other way. Not a lot of room on that baseline, though. And her free throw's good. A 91% free throw shooter, Fryman is.
And that's the wrong person to foul if you're going to choose to foul somebody.
Fee with it now. She looks back. Left side of the floor. Ellerbrock thought about it. She'll kick it back. Moore got a hand on it. Ball gets dribbled around. Hamill with it. And Brannon committed the foul there. 35 seconds left in this third quarter.
And Sam Hamill will be shooting free throws.
58-47 your score right now. Hamill going to the line. She's a 65% free throw shooter. And now Brannon, the freshman, going to take a seat. Excuse me, the sophomore. Peru in for her. Hamill's first one up and good there.
Forster's 8 of 8 from the line.
Second one by Hamill up and good there. The free one's getting cashed in tonight.
And that's great. I mean, in a close game like this, you got to make every single one count if you're wanting to win this game.
Cougars now looking to push the ball around here. Coe with it. She's going to the hole. Rongos was right there. A couple other Forsters on good defense. Shot clock going to be turned off as Hamill walks across. There's about 11 seconds left, Noah. Forsters get the last second shot here to Fryman. They go. No handoff. Fryman step back. Pulls the trigger. Bang! She splashes it as the buzzer expires, Noah. Sarah Fryman. 20 points for her in this one right now. 63-47.
I'm guessing she thought that was going to be short because as soon as she shot that, she sprinted in there to the rim. But, I mean, that was right on the money.
We're going to be right back for some fourth quarter action, folks. The Forsters starting to pile it on here. 60-47 they lead. Ryan Lockhart, Noah Tobias on your call. Welcome back inside Platt Arena. Once again, Ryan Lockhart, Noah Tobias on the call, and Noah Huntington really asserting their dominance in that third quarter. We're going to take a quick look at our keys to the game here for Mount Vernon. They make somebody other than Fryman score. 23 points for her. I don't know if that one worked out necessarily. Now a three-pointer here. That's good. Number 15, Coe able to get that one to splash. But Noah, our second key to the game for them, look for the perimeter shot. The three-pointer there by Coe was able to splash. They're only shooting 37% from deep, though. And our third one, crash the boards. They're not winning the rebound battle. They're down by 3 right now, 21-17. 21-17. It favors Huntington. And on the other side for the Foresters, limit Gregory's touches early on. I think they really had a good job, or they didn't do a good job of it, but lately they have. Inside, Doy, she gets one up, and that falls.
So you're just bringing up Gregory. She had 2 points in that third quarter. That is incredible, and that is exactly why Huntington is up by 15 right now and not down in this game.
A strong start was another one of our keys. That one didn't necessarily work out for Huntington, but the second and third quarters, the middle of it worked out. And limit turnovers right now, Huntington 10-19 from the Cougars. So they're winning that one as well. The Keys, that's how they're winning this ball game so far. Moore now looking to drive. No open space there. Backdoor pass. Rongos throws up a shot. Hamill gets the offensive rebound. That's number 6 for Huntington. 3 on the clock. Doy shoots one up. That's going to be no good. Clock expiring there. And Zook's going to come in for Erin Moore. Her first minutes of the day. Erica Zook, that is. Rongos now going to take a seat as Bope checks back in for her. No, keep in mind, Bope's got 6.6 rebounds. And no Gregory on the floor to defend right now. That might be the best part about the whole thing, her checking back in.
I just kind of chuckled a little bit because as the lead official was kind of running by the scoreboard area, he kind of gave the gentleman that's running the shot clock a little bit of a stink eye because he didn't let it go down and hit 0 because he was the one who actually had to call that shot clock violation. That's okay. No harm, no foul. The official got it right, so that's all right.
Forrester's ball here. This fourth quarter action, Huntington up 15 right now in this game. That third quarter, that big third quarter where they led 26-12. Bope turning around, and a 3-second call they're going to be called on her. And Noah, on that, I think, you do that first turnaround. I think on that second attempt there, you either have to get rid of it by a pass or you got to go up with the shot there. Fee with the ball, she gives it off. Ellerbrock the 3. That's a high 3 ball, no good there. And that's going to find its way out of bounds.
And that's lucky for the Foresters that ball went out of bounds. Still up by 15, 65-50. 7:46 remaining in this ball game.
Doy going to be the one bringing the ball up here for Huntington. 7:38 on the clock here. Zook looks for Bope. Nice pick there by Bope. Doy shot off there. Bope able to keep it after Fryman had it alive there. Now Hamill going inside. She's going to pick up a foul. Good plays there to keep that possession going, both by Fryman, the first save, and Bope able to grab it before it went out of bounds yet again.
Yeah, really, the Foresters did a great job of just hustling after that ball when it looked like that ball was going out of bounds, but now they've got a chance to get a couple more points, and Sam Hamill stays perfect at the line for the Foresters.
Fryman right now leading all scorers, 23 points in this ball game. She gets that one. She got fouled as well, trying to get that putback there. Another offensive rebound for Huntington, though. No, I believe that's number 8 for them in this one.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, Huntington, they've come alive on the board since the first quarter. Gregory checks right back in for number 11, Elizabeth Fee. Sarah Fryman, another really good free throw shooter for the Foresters, gets her first one to go in. Foresters now 10 of 11 from the line. Still a great stat. And she makes the other one go in.
Koblenz will check in for Peru for the Cougars. And Noah, one stat that's really kind of sparked my interest here. You mentioned the Foresters 8 offensive rebounds. On the other side, Mount Vernon, they only have 1 offensive rebound. Gregory, that's usually where she makes her money at, is those offensive rebounds, and then she's able to get the putback right away. Koblenz now gives it off. Shot no good by Mount Vernon. Zook with the rebound.
Coach Kohler just calling out to run the motion offense.
Bope in trouble there. She tries to get the ball up. A foul going to be called before she lost possession there.
That's another one on Gregory. It's going to be her third, but we're in the fourth quarter, so really a third foul isn't that big of a deal. Now if she gets her fourth, that becomes a bigger deal.
Zook now looking to drive. She'll pull it back out. Thought about it. Hand off to Hamill, 8 on the clock. She turns the corner, nothing there. Fryman now gets one inside. Too strong there off the glass. 68-50 is your score here. Your Forsters leading this one. Coe with it. Right side of the floor, driving inside. Right into that defense.
That's a big emotional killer. Sarah Fryman missing that layup. Really, she had a nice look, but just couldn't control her upper body to finish that layup. And number 11, Zook, gets her first personal foul. Team's first of the fourth quarter.
Second shot here by Coe on its way. She's an 83% free throw shooter. She'll cash them in there. 30-second timeout called here by Mount Vernon, and we're going to keep it right here. No, Mount Vernon right now, 68-52, 6:18 remaining. They're down in this one. Is this a game where Huntington, they just need to play some clean ball to finish this game out? Or is there a chance for Mount Vernon if they get some shots and some stops?
I mean, if Mount Vernon gets some stops, I mean, that's exactly what they need right now. So, I mean, they could put a lot of pressure on the Foresters because really the Foresters, they're a younger team. I think that you could put a lot of pressure on them if everything is right, but they also have a decent amount of people that have been in these positions before. I mean, Fryman, Zook, Doy, Hamill, I mean, really all four of them have been in these kind of positions before. Bope really hasn't gotten a lot of play here in the last couple of years, so it's kind of hard to tell how she would react to this.
Hamill now looked like she wanted to drive, slowed it down though. Forster's gonna take some time off clock. Zook shot, that's good there. Erica Zook able to get that one to fall.
Honestly, I thought that shot was a little flat, and I thought it was just going to go right off the back end of the rim and roll off.
Koblenz driving there. Foul called on the floor. Called on Zook.
And that's a good call by the official. As soon as you put that second hand down and put it on their waist, they will call a foul right away. I mean, the official was right on top of that.
Inbound here for Mount Vernon. Peru going to be the inbounder. 5:50 remaining here. Coe, three-pointer up on the way, no good there. High off the iron. And a foul called here. I believe it's going to be on Ellerbrock, and it is.
And now the Foresters are in the double bonus for the remainder of this game, and that is huge because Huntington, they have really converted well from the free throw line here tonight. They are 12 of 13, 92% for the game. So if I was Coach Kohler, I'd be pretty excited about that. And of course, Sam Hamill misses it.
You jinxed it, Noah, not me.
I always do
I'm gonna
that.
let Coach know that you did it, not me.
That's fine. I'll take the blame for that because I do that all the time too. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Second one up and good there from Hamill.
Doggone.
5:40 remaining in this ball game here. 71-52 is your score. Ellerbrock handoff. Gregory goes up and gets that one to go. 55. Bope was right there, but no, I think she was sliding around too much. That foul going to be called on her. That's number 4 on her.
Yeah, and that is tough. It's going to be interesting to see if Coach Kohler is going to take her out of this game, and she is going to put Rongos back in. But Gregory's going to miss the free throw, and Sarah Doy comes up with the rebound. So now Alex Bope needs to be careful with these 4 fouls to not commit another one.
Coe, though, trying to poke the ball away from Hamill. 17 on the shot clock. Fryman thought about it. Step back here. She pulls it up. No good. Left it short. Now the ball kicked around. Koblenz comes up with it. Doy and Fryman right there on her. Ellerbrock gets the ball. Kicks it back out. Koblenz. Nice screen by Ellerbrock. Fryman, good job of not fouling there on Koblenz as she was driving in.
Dang, Koblenz, that layup, that went right around the rim, and it fell right on in. But man, that's shocking because the ball, it made contact with the backboard at such a low angle.
Yeah.
I thought that was nearly impossible for it to go in.
Hamill looked like she almost lost it there. Fryman, she goes around Gregory and leaves that one quite short. But Bope with the follow-up there. That's 8 for her in this ball game.
Coach Kohler was kind of complaining that Sarah Fryman got undercutted. I don't think she needs to really complain all that much just because Alex Bope did a great job of being there and getting that rebound. And that might be the 5th foul. Nope, it's not going to be the 5th foul on Bope. It's actually going to be on Doy. That's her first.
No, I think Bope thought it was on her as well because she was looking at the official and kind of looked like she breathed a sigh of relief there.
Yes.
She's going to take a seat here. Bope with those 4 fouls, 4:12 remaining.
Yeah, Alex Bope, she's put in some good minutes here tonight. It's just tough with Gregory. I mean, she's the best scorer on Mount Vernon's team, and honestly, one of the best big post players in the conference. And Alex Bope, just over the past couple of years, again, really hasn't gotten a lot of playing time, so it's so tough to put her in the starting lineup. I mean, right here at the beginning of the season, and expect her to play very well.
And Noah, that's been kind of interesting because in the past we've seen that matchup. Fryman goes inside, gets that one to fall. What a tough shot there by Fryman. No, I don't know how she got that one to, let alone get up and not get blocked.
As she sent up a prayer, that's what she did. And Gregory, man, I'm shocked that one didn't go in because she did a great job of getting that one as a behind-the-back layup, but that did not go in, and the official says it was tipped out by Huntington.
You know, no, we were gifted one in the first half, so just like you and I, now the refs are even, you know? 3-pointer here, no good. Zook, a good box out. Pushes the ball up a little bit, but will slow it down now. 75-58. Your Forsters up. Rongos looking for Fryman. Fryman looking to spin on Ellerbach. To the hole she goes. She got fouled, and she's going for one more. 29 points for Sarah Fryman right now.
Well, I think you told me if Sarah Fryman had over 20 points today, Huntington was going to win before the game. And, man, she's coming out, and she is putting on a show for the Foresters. Make that 30.
No, my prediction's not looking too bad today.
You know, over the years, your predictions have gotten better and better, and this is a pretty darn good one.
Now Koblenz going inside. She gets that one to fall. That's a nice layup inside. A nice look by her. 18-point ball game, though, with 3 minutes remaining. But Noah, this toughness, this grit from Mount Vernon to not back down, you got to love that if you're head coach Amanda Short for the Cougars.
It looked awkward, but I don't believe that was a travel. I agree that it looked awkward, and you know what some fans and even officials sometimes don't see, just because it looks awkward doesn't mean that there was something there, which is very, very hard to understand for anybody. And there's another block for the Foresters.
I think the Cougars wanting a foul on that. Rongos, left wing, looking for Fryman, left it short. Peru able to get that. Fryman trying to run with her. Peru got a step on her. She's going to the hole, and she's going to go to the line for another one. Foul called on Hamill. That's going to be her first of the ball game. And that's going to send Peru to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
78-62 with 2:22 remaining here in this ball game.
Peru makes good on that one.
Again, the Foresters leading by 15 points with 2:20 left to go. Really, Huntington, they just need to work on wasting some time. Don't be, trying to get as many shots as possible. Make that shot clock go down to 10. And that's exactly what they're doing now, actually, as I'm saying what I'm saying.
Zook gives it off. Rongos right there. Gregory come over on the help defense. The Forsters making them pay inside. No, that's the 44th point in the paint for Huntington. Zook got a hand on that. Couldn't corral it though. Koblenz, Ellerbrock corner. She's driving. Kick back to the middle of the floor. Gregory trying to get that one off, but Doi tying her up down there, and that's going to be going the other way. Possession arrow in favor of the Forsters.
Sydney Entgroen coming in for Sarah Fryman. And number 11, Elizabeth Fee, coming in for Gregory with 1:39 remaining in this game.
Fryman going to take a seat with 30 points, 7 rebounds as well. Gregory taking a seat with 20 points and 7 rebounds. So both the top rebounding and scorer for both these teams taking a seat. Foul called on Koblenz as ball thrown inside to Cindy. And no, you mentioned it earlier, the Forsters in that double bonus, so every foul, that's where they're going. To the line for 2. First one no good by Entgroen. She's a 71% free throw shooter on the season. Gets a second one to go. The Forsters now 15 of 17. Hamill takes a seat here now. She'll sit down with 8 points and 4 rebounds. And no, I know it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but her effort level, her, everything she brings, the toughness, you can't measure stuff like that. 3-pointer good there by Peru. She gets that one to fall, 66-81.
Yeah, no, I agree with you with Sam Hamill. Honestly, it's hard because she doesn't make a lot of mistakes. She makes a couple, but the thing that people don't realize is that she gives so much. And there's another 3-pointer by Mount Vernon, and there's actually a full timeout. So we'll send it to commercial break. 81-69, Huntington leads with under a minute remaining here in this ball game. We'll be right back. And we're back, 81-69 with under a minute remaining here in this one.
Forsters get the ball in here. Drake right back to Doi. Doi, a good point guard. That ball gets tipped around, and they're going to call a foul on Ellerbrock. That's going to be her 4th. And no, a little miscommunication between Zook and Doi there.
Yeah, Zook kind of had to come back and grab that ball as Sam Hamill checks back in.
No, I got to give a big shout out to one of our viewers here, a previous worker here for us at FDN Sports, very own Justin Coleman. I want to say thank you to Justin for listening to us, tuning in here and checking out the girls' game. Coleman, a director here for us, also on the bowling team at Huntington. Not a bad bowler either.
He's okay if you ask me.
I beat him a few times, even though he would never admit it. No, he would never admit it. But
no, I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Another foul here called. This one on Ellerbrock, and that's going to be 5 for her. She's now fouled out. 4 points, 3 rebounds. Noah, just like Sam Hamill, though, Ellerbrock, she's kind of had a quiet game, but a good game as well. We've seen her really push the ball around for the Cougars, excuse me. First one, no good by Hamill. Huntington now 16-21 at the line. Second one up and good there. 34 seconds left here, 83-69 our score. Hamill.
Oh, man, that is...
No, we need to talk to stats next to us. That was a steal.
Dang, that's a doozy. That's hard. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Would have been a steal for Hamill, but free throws instead.
Man, that would have been a steal, 2 points. That was close. I'll leave it at that.
Ball gets into Rongos, back to Doy they go. The Cougars still staying. This half-court defense, really the full-court defense.
Huntington doesn't have to do anything here. Shot clock is off, 15 seconds remaining.
Doy's gonna let it run down here. As this clock winds down, 83-71 is gonna be your final score. Number 22, Huntington, survives the upset bid by the receiving votes Cougars. And Noah, really from the start to the end of the ball game, it was a good ball game all throughout. Mount Vernon come through early, strong, and they look good.
Yeah, no, they did. They started off really, really well, and then all of a sudden Huntington, they came off the bench, and they just really did a great job of just bouncing right back. I mean, Huntington, obviously they didn't do that great start, but, man, they did a great job of just bouncing back and making this game count. When we come back, we will have an interview with Coach Kohler herself, and we will go over some post-game statistics. We'll be right back.
This is how we like to do it. This is how we like to do it.
everybody. I'm Noah Tobias here with Coach Lori Kohler. Coach, first of all, great win. Really was kind of a bummer how you guys started out, but then all of a sudden you guys just kicked it into high gear and you guys came back and you guys got ahead of Mount Vernon. But with the last game, what did you guys tell, what did you tell your players after the loss against St. Francis? Because really that was kind of an unprecedented loss for you guys there.
Well, St. Francis is always tough on their court, and, we played with them for 3 quarters. We just couldn't buy a shot in the fourth quarter, and sometimes you have, things like that happen, and I give them a lot of credit for their defense. But, I talked to the girls about, there are a lot of games left. We got to win games at home for sure. If we can steal one on the road, that's great. But, that's a hard thing to do in our conference. So, I didn't feel like, we went in there knowing we're an underdog. And so, I just thought we competed really well. But tonight we were pretty determined to try to protect our home court against a very good Mount Vernon team. I mean, that's the strongest Mount Vernon team that I've seen under Coach Short. So, I'm very pleased with the way we responded in the second half, and our defense was really tremendous.
Well, and so your biggest threat coming into this game was definitely Gregory. I mean, she is one of the best big players in the conference. What was your strategy coming in to stop her tonight?
Well, we just wanted to not leave her open at the three-point line, for one thing. We needed to make sure we met her at the arc in transition and, tried to battle her on the block so that it was hard to get the ball into her. And, she's a good enough player. She's going to find points, off rebounds or, getting the ball inside when, she's able to put the ball on the floor too. So she's a handful, but, they have anybody they put out there can shoot the ball. 15 is a freshman. She's going to be a lot to deal with the next 4 years, so she's very talented too. They had a transfer, number 1, from Ashland that was really solid too. So, we couldn't really help a whole lot, and so I thought, Alex and Elena kind of spelled each other and, did a pretty good job on her today.
Yeah, for sure. And so, your next matchup is this Saturday versus Bethel. Again, another great team. It seems like every single year the Crossroads is just amazing with talent. Any special strategy that you kind of looked at going into that game at Bethel?
Well, Bethel has a new coach this year, and he's the former coach of Olivet Nazarene, so I don't know if that means anything to you, but that means a track meet, not a basketball game. So it's a very different style of play than just about anybody else that we plays. So we're going to have to spend some time the next 2 days really trying to get our head around, what that looks like. And it's just pressure, entire possession. They either give you a layup or they get a steal. There's not much in between. And they just fire up threes. They're averaging like 43-point attempts per game. So it's a very different style of game, but I think we have the tools to be able to combat that, and it should be another good game.
Yeah, for sure. It's always a good game when you're playing a Crossroads team against Crossroads team. So, Coach, thank you very much for joining us out here. We'll let you get into your team.
Thanks, Noah.
And Ryan, back to you for some stats.
Thank you, Noah. No, we get back into this one. The Foresters dominating the second half of this ball game, 26-12. They beat them out in the third quarter. Then in the fourth quarter, Mount Vernon was able to win that one, 24-20. But no, really a good ball game throughout here. We look at, some stats here. Shooting-wise from the field, Mount Vernon shot 49%, the Foresters 53%. From deep, 40% from Mount Vernon. They were 6 of 15. Huntington, 4 of 11 for 36%. At the line, 77% for Huntington, 83% for the Cougars. The turnovers were one of the bigger separators today. 20 for Mount Vernon, 14 for Huntington. But the points off turnovers really favored Huntington, 27-16 for Mount Vernon. No, we saw down in the paint, really both teams looked at different moments to go into the paint. Huntington scored 44 in the paint compared to 36 for the Cougars. And we look at our leaders today. Fryman led all scorers with 30 points, another 30-point ball game. Had 7 rebounds as well. Sam Hamill, your leading assister, with 7. And on the other side, Coe ended up being the leading scorer with 20 points, leading assister as well with 4. And Gregory, the leading rebounder, with 7. So no double-double for Gregory today, but another fine ball game. But just not what she's had the last few. You know, she's had 21, 24 in her last 2 ball games, though. But Noah, a great game throughout. It was a blast.
Yeah, definitely. Huntington definitely made the game, but they came out winning here at the end of the game, which is great. I mean, again, well, Coach Lori Kohler said, winning on your home court is a must in this conference. But, I mean, if you can sneak one away, which hopefully they'll be able to do, this Saturday against Bethel, that would be outstanding.
And Noah, just a quick update here. Grace did beat Bethel, so Grace will move to 3-2 in conference. Bethel now drops to 0-5. So Bethel, Grace, Huntington, and Mount Vernon all tied at 3-2 right now. I haven't seen anything on the St. Francis or the Marion score, but Noah, a little log jam towards the top, but kind of the middle as well there in our conference. There's still plenty of basketball to play, and you know as well as I do, this is one of, if not the best small basketball conferences in all of America.
Definitely. No, this has been great, and we were even talking before the game again. This Crossroads League conference, usually as a player, you are one little thing away from being a D1 player, and that's why this competition is always just so high.
We got to send our thank yous out today for our whole FDN crew. Beth Ann Blemo, we had her on camera. Abdul down low. Carson Watkins over here on graphics beside us in the back. We had Dylan Herring and also Kobe Solms, our man, and we can't forget those others that help us, Adam Widener and Lance Clark. Ryan Lockhart, Noah Tobias on your call today, and unfortunately, folks, this is Noah's last game working here with us. Sad moment here at FDN Sports. And Noah, I've had the chance to work with you quite a bit, through classes, through different stuff. It's been a blast, 4 years, it goes by really quick. I can remember us as freshmen getting on the call together. I think we were both lost then.
Oh, we were so lost.
I think there's times where we're still lost, but we're lost together now. But I just want to say congrats to you, good luck in the future, and thank you for all you've done for all of us here at FDN, and me especially.
Yeah, no problem. And honestly, it's been a blast. I mean, just being able to commentate, to be able to run camera, and also to learn instant replay at this kind of a level. I got so many opportunities here at Huntington, and it's led me to opportunities with the Fort Wayne Tin Caps and even more places in the future. So excited to see what the future holds. But really, I've loved Huntington University basketball. I've been a supporter ever since I was about 5 years old, and to be able to be here and commentate for as long as I have has been great. And the relationships that I've made here at Huntington University as a whole has been great. Again, a shout out to Adam Winder and Dr. Lance Clark. Really appreciate you guys and everything that you've instilled in me, and just gonna try to enjoy the next week and a half that I have here until I head out to Arizona for hopefully a couple internship opportunities. But again, thank you, Ryan, and thank you everybody that I've worked with. I appreciate you. And for the last time, this is Noah Tobias signing off for FDN Sports.
Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it!